All right, for more analysis, I'm joined by Mark Shanahan. He leads the Department of Politics at the University of Reading and joins us from just outside London. Great to have you on the program to talk about this. You know, as we know with Trump, it is never business as usual, but how unusual is this to have this back and forth exchange between a current and former president?
It's very unusual, but it's just showing that the campaign for election for 2020, where Trump is very, very keen to be re-elected, is really hotting up now. Now, for the last week or so, we've had Trump with all of his Obama Gates claims, pretty much conspiracy theory stuff, which is all about deflecting from his handling of the coronavirus epidemic at the moment. And it hasn't been going so well. Now, Obama has been very quiet since the midterms. He's really not got involved. But now you can see him putting his weight behind Joe Biden on the Democrat side to unseat Trump at the election. And I suspect this is just the very beginning of what could be a pretty hot and pretty rumbustious war of words.
Yeah, what do you make of the timing of all of this? Because even despite Trump's constant digs at Obama, Obama has stayed relatively quiet. And the fact that he's come out, and even endorsed Joe Biden, that in itself is also unusual for a former president to get involved in an election.
I think it shows how worried the Democrats are that Trump could actually be re-elected. Normally, after the kind of 4 years of chaotic service that this presidency has offered, one would just expect the other side to win. But Joe Biden is perhaps not the strongest candidate ever. People have fears about his age. They have fears about his capability in the White House. But here is Obama showing himself to be backing the Democratic candidate, showing himself to be aligning himself very firmly with the guy who was his vice president for 8 years. It is perhaps that little bit of worry. It is also perhaps taking away from the fact that Trump is getting all of the free TV he wants through the briefings that he's been involved in on coronavirus, and the fact that Biden can't get out on the trail, get out on the campaign trail and really oppose Trump face to face.
Yeah, it does seem like Trump is at the advantage here. So who's coming out ahead? I mean, we're sort of used to this behavior from President Trump by now, and his supporters do seem to support him no matter what. But how does this look, this spat between Obama and Trump?
Well, it looks as though Obama is very cool. The very fact that he gave commencement speeches over the weekend for graduating high school students, for graduating students from traditionally black colleges, was really quite remarkable in itself. One would expect the current president to be there. But nobody thought it was strange that Obama was delivering these addresses, and nobody expected for a moment that Trump would be there. Trump has been shown in quite a poor light. He is not seen as a generous president, a generous communicator, and here he was in direct comparison with the guy who was in the office before him. And I have to say, over the weekend spat, Obama comes out ahead, well ahead on points.
Trump always seems to have a few trigger points, and Obama is one of them. Why does he always get so riled up when it comes to the former president?
Well, it's the way he operates. He has to have an enemy. He has to have somebody or something that he can oppose. So whether it's Mexico, whether it's North Korea, there is always a target. There is always something other, something outside Trump's control that he can use to rile up his base, to show that there is an enemy, to show that he is still the outsider, but he's riding to the rescue of America. Obama's not a very particularly good target for him because he tends to come back and sounds that little bit cooler, that little bit more measured, that little bit more like a grown-up than the current president does.
Okay, we're going to leave it there. Some great insight. Mark Shanahan, thank you so much.